Hello, let me do a quick chat about broken places and outer spaces, finding creativity in the unexpected by Nedia Korafor, a 2019 short essay. It's about 2 hours on audio, read by Nydia Korafor, 112 pages. I have a feeling because it's got a little TED symbol. I think it's published through through kind of in connection with a TED talk she gave, though I haven't actually read that. When she was quite a young woman with scoliosis, she went in for an operation which had a 1% chance that it might paralyze her, but there's just like a 1% chance. That 1% happened, and she was paralyzed and ended up having to learn how to walk again. She did, and it changed her life. It found, as it says in that subtitle, found the creativity in the unexpected. She kind of went away from being a pre-med, which seems to have been something that I'm not quite sure how firmly she was on that to begin with, but she ended up going into kind of creative, becoming a science fiction writer. Um, it's a book that is I find a lot of Nnedi Okorafor, it's quite short and is quite short and compact. It doesn't go where I expect it to go. Sometimes frustratingly, I feel like this is one of these books where I feel like I got this kind of a surface glancing. I think we got the kind of the TED Talk. It feels like maybe still a bit of a TED Talk version of this, where I don't know if I felt like I dived in as deeply as I would have wanted to into that shift from creative to from a physical body and kind of belief in medicine to one where it's like I've opened up a space for myself for the science fictional of becoming a future of of exploring ideas and images. um yeah, I it is a book that definitely has a lot in it for its small space, but there's some part of it that kind of leaves me unsatisfied. And I'm not quite sure if that's because Okorafor is so subtle a writer that I'm not picking up those things, because I mean the more I kind of look at the nitty gritty, the more I can find. But um yeah, it's it's I still find it maybe a bit more of just a TED talk by the end. She talks about grabbing up a old copy of I, Robot by Isaac Asimov and starting writing in the margins, where before, and you can say that is one of those images of a black woman who is Nigerian American, who is writing. I'm going to write in the margins of this what's a very largely white, kind of colonialist minded tradition of visioning the future as conquering and discovering, even if it is alien worlds and aliens, because Okorafor definitely finds herself more sympathizing with the aliens rather than the strong, strapping white dudes who go there and discover and become the heroes. She puts herself much more as the alien, as the machine, as the robot versus the creator. Um, yeah, yeah. So I mean, there's fascinating stuff here. I just it's just there's something in that just that doesn't quite catch. Maybe it's the length. Maybe it's just a matter of exactly how much Okorafor is willing to share. You get snatch. It's definitely a book that I think you have to be somebody who has read her other books to get that frisson of like, oh, here she's talking about stuff that from her life, like the masquerade, a tradition of dressing up as a this kind of a spirit, and going around the community and scaring people is a tradition within the Nigerian culture that she comes from, that gets into her books, and other things. There's imagery that she gets while hallucinating from the pain meds that she is on, that then get transcribed into her fiction. So there's a deeply personal place here. I just sometimes I think you maybe get it better in her fiction rather than in her nonfiction, which seems like more of a footnote to that. So yeah, that's my very incomplete and unsatisfying thoughts on Broken Places and Outer Spaces. So I got it from the library, and it was interesting, but I don't know if I would particularly recommend people having to rush out and get it unless you are a big Nnedi Okorafor fan. Which, hey, there are a lot of Nnedi Okorafor fans out there, and it's for a reason. She is a really interesting writer, and it's always one of these people. I'm waiting for the big thing to happen. Come with her, even though she's done some really great things already. But I get frustrated by them at the same time, which perhaps that's the best place. That's the best place as a writer. The thing you can do is to frustrate your reader to a certain degree, especially when your reader is some white dude who has no fucking clue. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling there now. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.